Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Today I will be presenting my final year project proposal presentation. The title that was given to me is Microalgae Cultivation using Modified Carbon Content Dots, n-CQD. Okay, my coordinator is Associate Professor Dr. Tina Izzati binti Mohd Ghazi. Supervisor is Dr. Razif bin Harun, and I myself as a presenter is Izzati binti Mohd Razali with metric number of 181793. Okay, there are a few things that I'll be presenting, which are introduction, problem statement, research objectives, scope of study, literature review, and I'll end this presentation with the methodology. Okay, the introduction. Okay, since I was given a topic regarding microalgae cultivation, so based on the research studies, microalgal biotechnology is currently on demand. This is because of their wide application, such as in bioimaging, biosensing, and especially on biofuel generations. Research believes that in the year 2030, 50% of energy use is required more than it is now. Through producing this biofuel, pollution can be greatly reduced since compared by using fossil fuels, conversion of fossil fuel. Thus, the aim of this study is to investigate the effect of functionalized carbon content dots on the growth of microalgae. Next, I'll proceed with the problem statement. Okay, what are the things that encounter me to do a study on this topic? Since microalgae is rich in lipid, it is required for the production of biofuel. However, there are a few issues that prevent from this, such as lack production of algal dry mass. It involved with a high production of cost, and also it is a complex and tedious production process. Therefore, this study is also to increase the biomass yield in order to produce a lot of algae for the production of biofuel towards a more greener design, such that less polluted product. Next is the research objectives. The major objective of the study is to identify if the presence of functionalized carbon content dots n-CQD will affect the growth of microalgae. However, there are a few conditions apply where it is to investigate the different cultivation conditions, such as the concentration of n-CQD, the ratio media of n-CQD, the media formulation, and the physical parameters such as pH and light intensity. This study is also used to perform a kinetic study on microalgae cultivated using modified carbon content dots, such that to see the growth of algae, to calculate the growth of algae. Next is scope of study. There are also two main scopes of study, which are investigation of different cultivation conditions, such as mentioned previously, concentration, ratio media, physical parameters on the growth of microalgae. This includes the concentration of n-CQD based on the production of n-CQD, which is a nanoparticles, ratio media depending on the experimental design, either at low or medium, and the physical parameters as well, and the media formulation in order to monitor the adaptability of algae growth towards n-CQD. And the next one is the kinetic study on the microalgae cultivated using modified carbon content dots. And next, I'll proceed with the literature review. Okay, since in this study, I'll also be using Chlorella vulgaris species. Based from this literature review, I found that Chlorella vulgaris UTX, which use triacetate phosphate, tap media, a different medium compared to my study, is cultivated with various concentration of titanium oxide, which is also a type of nanoparticles ranging from 0.1 to 5 gram per liter. With this presence of titanium oxide, the growth of algae is different depending on the concentration of nanoparticles. Thus, this proves that presence of nanoparticles will somehow affect the growth of microalgae. The other findings that I found is on species of Haematococcus pluvialis, where this is regarding the production of astaxanthin, which is a red pigment for chlorophyll concentration. The culture medium that were used is RM-based agar medium, where it also used n-CQDs. However, at low concentration, it will increase the production of astaxanthin. Next is lastly on the part of methodology. However, there are 3 parts. Experiment involves connecting of each part. Firstly, on the microalgae cultivation of microalgae with different concentration of n-CQD. Next is on characterization of microalgae. Once the sample has been obtained, we perform characterization. And lastly, we will do a study on kinetics. Next. Okay, the first part of this methodology is the cultivation of microalgae. Firstly, we have to prepare MLA medium based on the table 1 and 2, which is the consists of the composition of the medium. Next, 8 samples of Chlorella vulgaris is prepared at different volume and concentration of microalgae and n-CQD. Then once the sample were prepared, the medium and apparatus is used to sterilize using autoclave at 121 degrees C for 15 minutes. Then after a few minutes, the medium is cooled at room temperature. Proceed with the flask of the sample is kept with cotton wool. Next, culture is grown under 780 lux light intensity and for about 24 hours, where 12 hours on with light and 12 hours of no light supply. Next, shaker is used to ensure there's aeration supply. And after 12 days, the samples are taken and to analyze. Okay, this is basically the combination of MLA medium. You have to prepare stock solutions, where this stock solution consists of nutrients for the microalgae to grow. Okay, this is also the MLA medium preparation method. Okay, basically this is the data which is used to prepare the sample, 8 samples from A1 to A8 with the volume of algae, volume of n-CQD, and the concentration of n-CQD. Okay, next on the characterization of cultivated microalgae biomass. There are 4 things that were used and to measure the sample. Firstly, using UV spectrophotometer, which is used to see the growth based on the biomass concentration by taking the optical density of each sample. Before that, a calibration curve of OD against biomass solution is prepared. Next, using microscope is used to see the cell morphology, which is the structure or the size of cell at magnification of 400 times and 1000 times. Next, using zeta nanosizer is used to measure the zeta potential of microalgae and n-CQD. And lastly, using Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, which is used to measure the lipid content in the microalgae. And lastly is the kinetic study, where based on the figure shown is the normal growth phase of a cell, starting from the lag phase to the dead phase. It consists of 4 major phases: lag phase, exponential phase, stationary phase, and dead phase. However, the slope of log or the exponential phase against time will indicate the growth rate, which is the mu. Maximum growth rate, mu max, is the growth rate at the end of the exponential phase, which is used to see the growth rate of cultivation of algae. Basically, this is what I'll be doing my study on, and that is all from me. Thank you.